Okay, some people have not received the mail. What do we do? What do we do? Kenny, can you take note of those who have not received? I hope Kenny's on the call. Could you take note of people who have not received and share, maybe forward the mail, the link to them? Perhaps I just also drop it on the WhatsApp group. Um, just so we don't spend more time on this. Yeah. Yes. So I've dropped it on the group right now. You can also download it from there and use, right? Yeah, I'm sure Kenny would extract the emails of those who have just dropped, who haven't received. Yeah. So also a recap. We are here. We're looking at data analytics. Data analytics. Data analytics using spreadsheets, right? Our focus is going to be on Google. Our focus is going to be on Microsoft Excel, and then would have some look into Google Sheets, right? Okay, so here is the statistics for the records of those who've registered for classes, but I think let's just together quickly look at update, the updated records. Uh, okay, okay, um, okay. So according to the data, we have 51 registered participants for these sessions. We have oops, I need to find what so we have 51 registered, and then we have about 82% with no prior knowledge of data analysis, right? So um, here's the point. Um, like I said, we have different knowledge levels. We're trying as much as possible to start from the basics and um, climb up. It's also important to know that we are going to be fast-paced, so you need to be consistent, you need to be attentive, and you need to catch up. This is supposed to be very interactive, so you um, should feel free to ask questions. There is a hand symbol on your screen, so you could always raise a hand and at the most convenient times. Every short period, would ask questions, open to questions. So let's stop talking and get working. First of all, this is the I mean, the sheet sent to you should be like this. It's very basic. Two, okay, this is the workbook, and then two sheets, right? Yeah, one workspace and the other tax two. So we'll come back to this. Let's just take a look at some talk. Yeah. So functions and formulas and functions. So in carrying out calculations in Excel, functions and formulas are basically used. Formulas are the basic expressions we know. Excuse me. Plus, I mean, addition, subtraction, division, and multiplication. But then I'm sure we attended computer classes in primary school or secondary where we learned that I mean, for division divided by, and you have a stroke, a slash. This is called a I think, forward slash, yeah. And then we have the asterisk for multiplication. Okay, so that's basically formulas. So formulas are used to calculate stuff like plus, minus, like we all know. Now we have functions too. Now functions are predefined formulas in Excel, and they eliminate the. So a good practice of reading slides, of going through slides, is not reading exactly what is there. But then permit me this time. They eliminate laborious manual entries of formulas. Um, yeah, so rather than use plus, minus, slash, and all that, which could get really laborious at some point. Of course, they'll come in handy sometimes, but they're not every time. And when you're working with complex data, a lot of data, you do not want to look at these guys. You want to go using functions or some other better ways. So functions help you go around this. Okay? Sorry. So like I said, the plus, minus, division, multiplication are the formulas, whilst we have a lot of functions in Excel. There are so many that this is just an extract of them. We're going to look at some major ones and random just to have a glimpse of it, especially as they apply to our work. So we have some if, some ifs, and count a counts used to count values or count stuff, sum to sum stuff, if and or ifs, conditional statements, VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, their lookup functions. I'm going to explain all this. I'm just going through the slides. Yeah, and that is all with the slides. So we're not going to come back to that. Let's dig into our spreadsheets. Okay, so I'm sure we all have this open somehow on our screens and we are ready to work. I'm sure my fonts are quite small. Let me see how I can zoom in. Okay. Yeah. For that. Okay. 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 So we'll start with formulas. So we said formulas are, let me cut this from here. Let me see if I can get this over here. Yeah. So we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division in under formulas. I just color code this yellow for formulas. So um, guys, do what I do. I'm gonna call this how do I do this now? So for addition, you have, let's say, 4. So under C, put 4, and D put, or better still, let's do big numbers. Put 40, and cell D put 20. In fact, do that for everything up to divide. So after I type 40 on cell C2, I hope we remember, for those who do not know, who remember what cells are. Cells are the intersections between columns and rows. So where we have our columns numbered, identified with alphabets, and then we have our cells, our rows rather, identified with numbers. So for cell C2, for cell C2, we enter 40. Of course, you can know you're in the right cell. We have the name box here. All right, and for cell D2, we have we enter 20. So now let's add this up. Now, one thing you need to know is for okay, when you want to use functions and formulas, you always start with an equal to sign. The equal to sign. Most people would have the equal to sign at the top of their keyboards. Yeah, so you always start with an equal to sign. Yes. So we want to add 40 and 20 together. So we start with an equal to sign. So equal to, you click on cell C2, then plus, the plus sign, and you click on cell D2 and enter. It gives you 60. Okay, so we enter 40 here again. In fact, I'll just drag this down. So for subtraction, the same thing, equal to, click on cell C3 this time, then minus C4, and then we have the division. For multiplication, we start with an equal to sign, equal to cell C4 times. Remember, multiplication is asterisk. We use the asterisk symbol. Times, that's this. And then for division, equal to cell C5 divided by cell D5. So we've been able to we've been able to use formulas to make inferences, to carry out calculations on our work. Okay. Any challenges so far? Are we good? Can we proceed? Also, please feel free to ask questions. If I see hands, I would always
Hello, sir.
okay,
Please,
okay,
can you
yes.
repeat the process again, sir?
Sorry, come again.
Please just repeat the process again one more time, please.
Okay, sure. Okay, so I'll just clear this. Now we have the formulas: addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, right? And we have 40, 20, 40, 20, 40, 20 in each of them. I'm sure we're good with that. So to add, we want to add this. with this. We want to add cell C2 with cell D2, right? And we're going to do our calculations on column E. So working with column E2, if you notice, I'm aligning for organization, which, if we remember from the first class, it is very critical to be organized as a data analyst or anybody working with data. Yes, else your data will be rowdy. And yeah. So for addition, we start with an equal to sign, and then we click on cell on the cell we want to sum together, we want to add together. So click on the first. I use the plus symbol, plus, and click on the second and enter. Let me see if I can use an on-screen keyboard to show. Perhaps that would help. Okay, it's gonna be hard. So we've done the addition here. That's in C2. I think I have to magnifying. Okay. Uh, I need to know how to use this better. Anyway, I'm sure we can see my screen. So we have 60 for addition. So subtraction, it's going to be equal to, see equal to here, equal to this. We click on the cell, C3. Then we go to minus. Minus is here. Minus this. And then enter. It gives us our. So you must always start with an equal to sign. So next multiplication, we go to equal to this times asterisk. So we have the asterisk here with it. So I'm going to shift to get what is at the top. You click on shift. Well, I don't know how your computers are, but yeah, shift and star. And then this D4 and enter. And it gives us this. And for division, we start with, sorry, I'm mixing up the keyboard with on screen. And so equal to this divided, and this, that's C5 under divide, divided by D5, then enter. This gives us our sum. This gives us our formula rather, so our results. Yeah. So, if you had a contrary answer, I mean, did we all get it right? Any challenges? Please let me see your hands if you're having any challenges or you don't understand anything because before we proceed. Yeah, because at this juncture we are progressing, we're going higher and higher. So I think that everybody got this. This is clear, right? Okay, so officially everybody is conversant with formulas, right? With formulas, yeah. So there could be times where you need to mix formulas together. How many of us remember that stuff they taught us in school then? Board mass. Yeah, it's gonna come in handy for us when we need to mix formulas. Remember what it meant, right? Brackets of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So if you ever need to combine sums together, you're going to consider brackets first, um, calculate what is within the bracket. You and then off used to be multiplication that year, right? But okay, so there's division, Division comes before multiplication and addition and then subtraction. So let me see if I can point out an example. So let's say we want to add this to this. So, oh, it's going to value is very large. Okay, let's add this to this. And yeah, so let's just do it. Add this to this, multiply it by this, and divide it by this. So the tax is going to be equal. The tax is, how do I put it now? Cell. So basically 60 minus 20 times 800 divided by 2. I think this should give you an error. Yeah. So this is the tax. Please use board mass and solve this with your Excel sheet and give me the answer. Fastest finger. I I want to know who's going to get it. I hope we got that. So the tip is board maths, brackets of division, multiplication, and yeah. So I'm just going to do it too. Oh yes, so while doing it, please work with these formulas here. Work with these cells from your solutions. Don't just enter the values. We're doing hands-on now. So let's do it. I need an answer before I solve it anyway. So I'll just wait um 30 seconds. As a matter of fact, I think I'll just call names. I'll just go through the attendance list and call names to get your answer randomly. Maybe 5 people, I'll get your answers and then we solve it together. Okay. Oh, okay, nice. Someone has given me, let's see, a minus 7,940. Wow, that's massive. Okay. Oh, two answers with the same values. Nice. I need 3 more people. I hope you used board mass to solve it. If you can post your answers on the chat box. Okay, we have a 7980. Good, good, good. So two more people. Let's go, let's go. Don't be scared of your answers, or like you're seeing the massive distance and maybe you're getting 2 or 10 or 5. Just put it by faith. Two more people. Nobody. Okay, I'm gonna call names. Hmm. Okay. Rukoyat, what is okay? Show is oh okay. Yeah, Rukoyat, what answer are you getting over there? Oh, okay. So I mean we basically have this answer, and then we have a 16,000. Hmm. Okay. Okay, let's do it together. Yeah, and please correct me if I'm Correct me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. They will do together. So, okay, so we start with an equal to sign, right? So, the first thing, so we're looking at board mass. So we see bracket, no bracket, off, no off, division. So the first thing we're doing is division. That is 800 over 200 over 2. So, um, I just open a bracket. I just open a bracket and then I'll do 800 divided by 2, close my bracket. Then after division, the next thing is multiplication. Hmm, okay, times. So 800 divided by 2 times. Then we have addition and subtraction. Anyways, we have to subtract 20 from 60 on a separate level, like, so we're gonna do 60 minus 20. Sorry for all those who didn't like maths that year. And yeah, we're gonna get our answer at 16,000. Yeah. So who got 16,000? Oh, someone got 23,980. That's plenty money. Okay, so someone's hand is up. Benga, yeah, okay. By the way, someone had 16,000. Who was that? I can't see it again. Okay. Oh, that was Benga. Oh, yeah. Congrats. Yeah. So, yes, I know the whole bracket and everything. I didn't. Okay, how is it 16,000? Yes, so using board mass, we have to split it. Okay, I'm just going to split this, right? Board mass is division. Okay, two hands are up. Let me hear from them. So let me start with Benga. Do you want to say something? Please unmute. Let's hear you. Hello. Plenty hands are up. Okay, so Daniel Mary, please. You're lost. Oh, okay. I think it's in mathematics. Sorry. Um, we'll break it down. Um, Kimberly, Namdi. Why is nobody unmuting? I mean,
Hello, can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you. Okay.
Okay. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
This based on the uh, equation that you gave to us, if I go to correct 360 minus 20
Okay.
eh,
Okay.
times 800 divided by 2,
Yes.
if I'm correct. So I think if we are to follow it by board maths,
Yes.
it would have it should have been 800 divided by 2,
Okay. So
then
let's do it
multiply.
together. So equal to
Okay,
800 divided by 2,
800
right?
divided by 2,
Okay, that's
which will be
400.
400.
Okay.
uh, then 400 multiplied by 20, which should be 8,000.
Okay. Well. So that would um. Okay, I get your.
Then which should be 8,000. Then 60 minus that 8,000, which should be
Yeah.
minus 7,940.
Yes,
So I
yes, you're
don't know
right.
if
You-
Except both my different for number.
No, no. So standard. Okay. We're not doing mathematics here. We'll drive a lot of people from here. Okay, but normally, if you say something like this, you cannot. I mean, you have to resolve the subtraction. Okay, a better way to put this would be in brackets. That in mathematics, which we are not doing here, so please nobody should run away. In mathematics, you would have to resolve these individual components. You would have to address the subtraction, right? Before you, it's not, it's not define board mass. But I get your point. I get your point.
Okay.
I think in the end it
Okay.
was the way I said it right. But
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
yeah, but then okay, so on this I'll just say everybody's correct, right? We didn't come to solve maths, but yeah. So imagine how tedious that could be with all the formulas and the back and forth. So thankfully, uh, okay, Mr. Chibueze's hand is up. Do you still want to say something? Uh, I can hear you
Yeah.
before we continue.
Well, actually, I think the last caller actually said my mind.
Okay.
Even though I made a mistake, but I think he's on point. What he said is right. But like
Okay.
you said, we didn't come to solve board maths. We came to do booty camp,
Yeah,
data
right.
analysis, booty camp.
Yeah. So let's just forget about the matter. Apologies. I wouldn't do board maths again. Yeah. But just so we know, it's also part of critical thinking, right? It's also part of there was this having a technical mindset, right? How do we resolve problems? So we're going to see a whole lot of combinations and mixtures as we go further, and yeah, we'll have to resolve them. Yeah. Okay, so with the I mean with formulas, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all that are there. They're easy to use, right? But when it comes to a whole lot of data, like bulky data, and where let me see if I can get a sample data set to show. Uh, mm, okay, let's see this. Oh, just imagine this data, and we need to carry out functions. We have percentage here, we have dollars, we have quantity, and all that. It's just going to be tedious, and using using formulas plus minus it just is going to be will be prone to errors. So in Excel we have functions like we said, which make it easier to to solve, right? So we have some here. We have some here. I'm just going to use these data sets. Okay, I'll just take this. Let's see one step at a time. So sum, of course, is the same thing as addition. So sum replaces addition, right? So equal to, so to use a function, like I said, for formulas and functions, you need to start with an equal symbol, the equal to. So sum. So once you type sum, you see it come out on your screen. You select sum. I think double tapping it or using the tab button on your computer will bring that out. Let me bring my on-screen keyboard back so that it could help, I guess. So equal to sum, a double tap, and then I click on the items I want to sum. So one thing with functions, when using functions, you get to see what I call a map. What I call a map, which I'm sure it's like a guide, so it directs you on what to do. So if anyone is following you, once you select sum, so you type sum and then you see the option double tap it, or you just put a bracket. So yeah, that's another thing. When you're using functions, you enter the function and then you start with a bracket. You see a guide. So if you're if you're seeing with me, you'd see number one, number two. So it's basically telling you to select the numbers you want to sum. So equal to sum this, that's cell C6, comma cell D6, and then you close the bracket and hit the enter button, you will get the sum of it. Are we good? Any challenges? Did we all get it? Please let me know if you were unable to use the sum function.
Sir, please, is the minus sign? Is the minus that I've not gotten it? I've not gotten the minus one. The
We get,
subtraction, rather.
okay. The subtraction, that's for which of them,
Yes,
please?
sir. The second one, the third one, which is the subtraction, I've not been able to do it on my own
That,
yet.
that's this one.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. We're past formulas, but then you start with an equal to sign. Were you able to do the addition, the multiplication, the
Yes.
division? Oh, okay.
The
So
addition, yes, I saw it. Yeah.
were you able to do the
Uh,
multiplication and division
no, I didn't see it on the this on. I didn't see the division there.
on your okay,
Yeah, when
okay,
I typed divide, I didn't see it among the formulas.
okay. Oh, so this is the division symbol here. Are you seeing this slash?
Yes, sir.
So in Excel, we don't have division as a dash and dot dots. We use slash, right?
All right.
So you should see
Yes, sir.
slash. And if you look at my screen, this is slash. So on your keyboard, if you can locate
All
this
right.
slash, right? And then
Yes, I'm seeing it on my own.
okay, yes. Then for multiplication, we have the asterisk at the top. I think it's aligned with 8. And for subtraction, we have it at the top too, just after the number 0, right? So you can try that out and
Oh,
print out.
yes, I've seen it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
Namdi, your hands are up. Namdi, your hands are up. Is that a mistake or do we go on? Okay, no response. We'll just go on. So I guess everybody got the sum correctly. I would assume. 2 hands. Okay, Victor, let's hear from you. Hi, Victor. Your hands are up. Okay, can anybody hear me or is it just me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
You can hear you clear.
Okay, so hands are up and nobody's saying
Yes, we
anything.
can hear you.
Um,
Hello?
yes, okay, yes. Talk to me. Any
Hello?
challenges? Yes, please.
Yeah, that's the sum that you did now. I didn't
We can
get
hear
that
you.
sum.
You didn't get it.
I didn't get yeah, on the keyboard how you that sum was inputted in that cell.
Okay, okay. I guess that's same thing with everybody. Who raised up? Okay, so let's follow the steps together. So there is the equal to sign, which we use to start formulas and functions. Equal to, right? Then you type sum, S-U-M, sum, okay, right? So there are different ways you can do this. You would see a drop down that gives a list of functions, right? But then you select sum. You want to sum, so you just select sum. So you double tap and it pops up. You could also put the brackets from your that's parentheses from your keyboard. That also works, right? When you do that, like there are different ways you can, if you can drag through whatever you want to sum, it's going to do that for you. But then for the purpose of starters, you could just select what you want to sum. So I want to sum C6, so comma, and then D6, right? I close the brackets and enter.
Huh? No, I prefer this.
Do you, what was that clear? Did we get that? I want to. So I'll take silence for a yes. Okay, so that is sum. Okay, great. So let's move on to minimum. So we're just looking at functions. I don't know if there's a subtract function. I don't think there is. There isn't, yeah. So if you need to do subtract, you probably need to use the symbol. Yeah, you still need to use your formula. So formulas come in still very handy, right? Yeah. So this is sum. I also do not think there is a function for multiply, none, and then divide, none. Yeah. So you just have for sum. So for minimum, so the function minimum, what this does is that in a list of many values, it returns the minimum value of amongst all the values. So let's say we want to find the minimum value in this list amongst all these numbers here. We have 60, 20, 800, 2, and 60, right? So to find the minimum value, of course, like I said, we always had our functions with the equal to sign. So we go equal to, oops, sorry, where is my, okay, so this is where I want to work with, equal to, then I type minimum, I look for min, minimum, double tap, and I could either select each of the items manually, but I think it's a good time to learn if you have a set of numbers, let's say in an array in a column, right? You can just click on the first symbol once and then while still holding your mouse, drag through the range you want. If you look at this range, you see E2 to, that's column means to E6, cell E2 to cell E6. It's that range and you close and you click on enter and it returns the value 2. So if we look here, we see that the lowest value is 2, right? So minimum gives you that value, 2. Did we get that? Any questions? So it's basically the minimum value. So likewise for the maximum value equal to max, you type max, put your brackets, highlight what you want to, where you want to check, close the bracket, and 800. That's the maximum value amongst these data sets. So I want to hear from you. Let's try it out. Tell me what you get when you use the functions. If you're not getting the same value, let me know. If you're having challenges, let me know. I'm here to help. Okay, Linker got the same value. Great. And yes, so I would assume everybody got the same value. Nice. Okay, so let's move to the next function, count. Right. By the way, just to digress a bit, Excel has so many functions, like I said, so numerous to count. So if you go to the tab at the top called formulas, you would see a lot of functions like that auto sum. You'd see this, you see financial functions like logical functions, text functions, date functions, lookup and reference functions, and all of them. There are so many, and you may never get to use a lot of them, right? Except the need arises for them. Yeah. Like I said in the last class, it's a skill to know how to search for formulas on YouTube or Google. Yeah, it's a skill. So you need to understand the context of whatever you're trying to solve so that you could ask. A lot of videos are out there, a lot of tutorials, key functions. So, oh, how do I count number of values that can do this and do that? Yeah, and Google is a good help, especially when it gets all complex, right? And then, oh, there's ChatGPT right now, but it's good to have fundamental knowledge of these things before you explore the AI tools. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at counts. Now for counts, if you want to yeah, if you want to count the number of numbers in in an array, the function count is going to do that for you. Now take notes, numbers. So count, the function count counts only numbers in an array, in a data set. So I'm just going to show you what I mean. So of course, I'm sure you people have gone ahead of me right now. So let's count the whole of this. That's this one, two, three columns, right? So equal to count, type count, and I highlight everything here that I want to count. I close my bracket and I click on enter. So count of all these numbers is 15. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 3 times 5, 15. So yes, this would give us 15. So did we get 15? Okay, okay. So we have people who got 15. Who got 16, please? Who got 13? Okay, so that's good. Do we have anyone with any challenges? Let's hear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, going forward. We now have great, great, great. Everybody got 15. You guys are awesome. Okay, so we have next function, count A. Now, by the way, we're going to be using a lot of these tools. We're going to be using a lot of these functions in solving complex problems. So let's pay attention to them. So count A. Now, when it comes to count A, so we have counts numbers, but count A counts values. That means numbers, alphabets, whatsoever. It counts everything. So let me say data, value, food, money. Yeah. Okay. Um, if we use counts, sorry, I'm going back to count now. If we use counts to count all this, including the alphabets I just added, the words names I just added, we're gonna enter. It's still gonna give us 15. What is it doing? Count is counting only the values in our data set, right? But then when we go to count A, equal to count A, and we highlight the same data set, it's going to give us 20. Because this is 4 and this is 5, 4 times 5, 20. So it's going to give us 20. So count A counts anything that is a value, right? But count only numbers. I hope that's clear. If we're able to put some random values on our sheets, we would find out that we'll get 20. So I guess we are good, right? I'm sure it worked for all of us. Any challenges? None? Okay, that's good. Oh, okay, a hand is up. Victor, let's hear you. Please unmute. What's the challenge? Thank you, Victoria. Victor? If you can't talk, can you drop a chat so that we get? Okay. No. Okay, his hand is down. Okay, great. So let's go on. So we have the next one, average. Okay, okay. Someone says, please, I didn't get the last formula. Could you please explain again? Okay, I'll just do that quickly. So the last formula is count A. Okay, count A. Now I'll just clear this off. Count A. Count A is used to count values like anything that has a content, irrespective of the data type, right? So we have data types. Why count on its own counts the number data type? That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 1,000, 10,000, blah, blah, blah. That is what counts, the count function does. Then count A. The count A function counts everything, whether it's a number or a word or a letter or a symbol, alphabet, or yeah, so alphanumeric, right? Count A counts everything that is an object or is a value on your sheet. We saw count A here. We saw count. So when we did the count, right, and we highlighted everything, including the data, if you can see my screen, including this column F with words. we've only counted the numbers, the number data type, right? So it counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But it did not count 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 because count counts only numbers, right? But count A, the count A function counts everything. So when we highlight the same data set with count A, it gives us 20 because it counted this 15 plus that are numbers plus the data plus the alphabet, right? So 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That summed it up to 20. Is it clear now, please? If you still have questions, ask. Okay, it's clear now. That's great. Okay, good. Yeah. So average is next. Now, let's, you know how, okay, let's do some average calculation now. We have, let's say 2,500, 3,000, 2,000, 4,000, right? Yeah. I hope you're, yeah, I'm sure you are working. I think I've entered these values here. Remember in last class how I taught you how to convert, change the different data types in your home tab? Like I said, we'll be learning on the go. You learn how to play basketball by playing basketball. You learn how to analyze data by analyzing data. You learn how to use Excel by using Excel. Yeah. So these are in words. I want this in currency format. At the of top of my screen, right? In the Home tab, so you have different tabs: Home, Insert, blah 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 blah. In the Home tab, under number, you have different number formats. You see a dollar sign, click on it, and it gives you your values in dollars. I could switch to Naira, but yeah, dollar has more value, right? So I will not be patriotic tonight. So everything's in dollars now. So let's say this is payments for, this is how much you spent on, what did I say? Let's say feeding in the month of January, February, I just, oops, months. Now this is active. So this is months. So months and then expenses, right? On feeding, for example. So a question comes. So what is the average you spent within the first 4 months on feeding? You use the function called average. So equal to average. You type average, then you see the symbol, double tap, bracket open, you highlight what you want to average, and you close the brackets, and voila, that is your answer. So this person has spent an average of 2,800, 2,875 dollars on feeding for the last 4 months. Okay, so we use the average function to find the average of different sets of data of different values. So did we try that out? Did we get it? Any feedback? If you didn't get it, let me know. If you got it, let me know. Then we proceed. Okay, Yinka got it. Yinka, thank you. Your feedbacks are encouraging me. Oh, everybody got it. You guys are awesome. Great. Okay, so we move to the next um, formula. Okay, next function, right? So the next function is concatenate. Concatenate simply means joining multiple contacts to. Should I look for a dictionary definition of concact? Yeah, concact, concatenate. Yeah. Okay. So I just bring in here. So concatenate means to link things together in a chain or a series, right? So when you want to join data together, you use the function concat. Let's say, remember this our what do you call it? Our words here, our text. Let's see if we can join them together. So we go equal to concat. So for concatenate, so there used to be concatenate. I don't know if it still works, but I think concat took it over. Oh, okay, this is interesting. This does some vertical stuff. Nice, I just learned that. I never got to use it. So anyway, concat. I'll just change this to concat so that we don't get things mixed up. Right, so equal to concat. If you want to join two things together, maybe yeah. So let's use these values for more than one thing. So let me use data and value. I want to join them together. I go to concat, then I highlight what I want to join together and close the brackets, and voila, data value is joined together. Okay. If I want to join these ones together, like January and 2500 equal concat January and this January 2500. Yeah. I will probably get to see where concat will come in handy um, in the course of our studies, right? Yeah, you want to contact, you can also contact um, vertically. That's values in vertical order, just basically any value on contact. Multiple, 4, 5 values, they would all join. They will all come together. Okay. I'll just insert a cell. We and this may not be in every Excel in every version of Excel. I'm using 365, so I think it should be in 19. I don't know. It could be in 16. I'm not so sure. No, it could be in Excel 2019 or Excel 2021 or 365. So if you have any of those, you could have some There's some new functions, text join, text split, text join, text split, and the likes. So I'll just try out text join. Now text join does the same thing as concat. Um, yeah, but in an easier way. These are text functions. So I thought it's text join. So let's say I want to join these two together. Like I said, when you're working with Excel sheets, when you're working with Excel sheets, okay, I'm going to answer the dollar question shortly. When you're working, when you're working with functions, you have this map, this guide that tells you, oh, what to put first, what to put second, and what to put last. So for text join, for those who can see it, if you can't see it, don't worry, I won't dwell on it for so long. You see delimiter. The delimiter is what separates. Okay. What separates. The delimiter is like the separator between the text you want to put. You want to join together. So let's say I want to join these months together, January, February, March, and the delimiter is like the separator. So I put a comma, and I think I'm supposed to put it in quotes. Yeah. Then a comma. Then there's a question, ignore empty. Yes, I want to ignore the empties. Then a comma, enter the text. I highlight all the text I want to put together and enter. So I have, sorry, does anyone have the text join function in their computers?
Yes, I do.
Okay, okay. Do you know the version of the computer you're using? Of the operating system, rather? The, sorry, what am I saying? Of the
I don't
Microsoft
know.
Office. Okay, okay, that's fine. No problem.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, thank you. So you could try that out. Let's see if it works. So some feedback, the concat function, right? Some people didn't get the concat function. So, like I said, please change the concat to concatenate to avoid the mix up. So let's do the concat together again. So equal to concat. I'm sure you can see the icon, the function rather on your computer, concat. So once you type concat, you open the brackets. All you need to do is just to select what you want to join together. So for me, I'll just concat the months together, highlight everything I want to concat, and close the bracket, and hit the enter button, and it joins them together. Are we good? Any challenges? Let me know, please. Because we'll not come back here. Oh. Okay. Namdi, let me hear you.
Okay, please. I just want to know if concat and test join are the same thing.
Um, uh, eh, they do the same thing, right? But they're not exactly the same thing. Text join came out recently, so text join makes it smarter and saves one a lot of stress. For example, if you see the way this is organized, January, February, March, April, all joined together. There was no option for a delimiter, that's a separator, like the comma in the concat function, right? But if I want to put it, I have to do it manually. and then I'll have to like manually put in this. Oops, what's happening? Yes, sorry, I think I lost network. Can anybody hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you. So, concat is like an older version of text join. Now, how so? I'll just clear this and show you again. So, equal to concat, right? Concat. And so you just have the text. For concat, you have the text, just the text that you want to enter. But if I want to, so if I want to separate, put a separator, I have to like manually select January, then comma, then I'll put like quotes with space, then comma, then quotes with a comma inside rather. Then I'll comma, select February, comma, quotes, comma, yeah, March, that kind of thing. So it's just going to be laborious and boring. Oh, I'm going to get the job done, right? But with the text join function, it just makes it all easy for me. It makes a provision for a delimiter at the beginning. So I just put my comma at the onset and comma. I would ignore empties, comma, and I select everything I want to put, and it does the job for me. Okay. I hope that answers your question, please. Um, oops. So I hope this function, I hope the function isn't working here because of the version of the application. Because I'm using Excel 2007. Yes, yes, that is the answer. Please upgrade your computer by tomorrow. You cannot work with 2007. It is prohibited in this class. 2016 and above, please. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, following Sean. Sean, please. You have a question, your hands are up. Talk to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find it difficult to locate where you got the dollar sign, though I got the
Okay.
average, but I was just looking for where the dollar sign is. That's one. Then the
Okay.
test join.
Okay.
Please, can you still run it through? I've been trying it here, I'm not getting it.
Okay, but do you have the
Those are my
function in
two
your
questions.
computer?
Yes, I have the test join function in my computer.
Okay, fine, that's good.
But while I tried it, it's showing um an error.
Okay, so
Showing
I'll
an
just run
error.
that um again. So for the dollar question, please you can mute. I think I'm getting feedback. I don't really like to hear my voice. Okay, okay, for different things. Okay, so Sean, for the dollar symbol, there are different ways you can do it, but an easy way would be to highlight everything. Okay, let me take it up. Right. I think it was in general originally. So this was it originally. You highlight what you want to format. On the Home tab at the top of your screen, if you can follow my hand, my cursor rather. On the Home tab, you'd see different segments: clipboard, fonts, alignment, number. So under the numbers, you have different type formats. You'd see a dollar symbol there. You can click on it and then it would automatically change, right? You could also go to the drop-down menu and then go to account, currency rather, or accounting, yeah. Click on it and then it does the work. And then I think when you highlight, you could also right click and go to format cell. That's a longer process, really. Go to currency and okay, it does the job for you. I hope you got that shown.
Yes, I've gotten that.
All right, that's great.
Thank you.
All right, that's
You're
good.
welcome.
You're welcome.
So for the text join, I'll just go through it again. Text join equal to, okay, so we want to join these 4 months together. Text join is equal to the function text join. Oops, what's that? Text join, right? And okay, so the first thing it's asking for is the delimiter. So sorry, I need to say this now because we're learning on the go. In a function, in any function, if you need to enter a text or anything that is not a number, like okay, if you need to enter one, you could just put 1, 2, 3, yeah, you could just put it directly. But if you need to enter a text or a symbol that is not, yeah, that you want to show in your form, like a comma or anything, you need to put it inside a double quotes, right? So I want to add, so the delimiter, they're asking for the delimiter. I put I put the first double quotes, I put the comma inside and the second double quotes, right? If I want to put a name like, if I want to put and, let's say and, so I want my delimiter to be and, I have to put it inside a double quote, right? So and, maybe I put a space in between so that, oops. Yeah, so that it gives me the space. So once I put it in the double quotes, I put a comma afterwards. The next thing in your map, you will see ignore empty. I select true, yes, because I want any empty space to be ignored, right? The next, then comma, and then select the text you want to put. So I highlight from January to April and I close my brackets and enter. Okay, this is not looking so good, but then yeah, I can edit my formula to put spaces. I put a space before the and another space, a space before the and another space after the and so that there is a spacing afterwards. So Jan and February and March and April, right? I hope you got that shown. Can you try it? I hope it works for you. There's some questions. There's a question rather from Donatus. Is it possible to join values far apart from another? Oh yes, yes, it's very possible. So let's try it out. So equals text join. So I want to join data here with count if here. So text join the delimiter. I'll put, let's say, a dash, then comma this value, then comma this value, bracket close, and enter. Oops, it gives me an error. Why? What did I do wrong? Oh, okay, yeah. So I didn't follow the function. So the next, after the comma, the next thing is, sorry, next thing is, oops, after the delimiter, the next thing is ignore empties. Yes, true. I want to ignore empties, and then the text. So data, comma, count if, bracket close, and there it is. So that works. I hope that's clear. Okay. Yeah. Um, Next is the if function, and please we have to understand this. Now, when you're talking of if function, but before we continue, do you have any questions so far? Any challenges? No? Okay, good. That means we've got it so far, right? Yeah, and also, of course, you could practice, get back to it. Practice makes perfect. So if the if function, now, like I said, this sort of very practical. Let's picture this. Okay. For continue, Femi, you have a question, please unmute and ask.
Okay, there's no text join on the workbook you sent to us after
Yes,
compiling it.
yes, I added that, so
So is it
you could just like add it under. Sorry, yeah. I mean, you could just type text join and yeah, like knock yourself out. Okay, okay. So if the if function, imagine whenever you use if, it's conditional, right? For example, if a funny example comes to mind, if you touch that food, I'll slap you. Condition, right? So the condition for me to slap you is if you touch that food. Yeah. Um, okay, let me be more practical. Now look at the data set here, months and feeding. So, for example, let's say there is a budget, or rather there is a limit to a feeding limit. Where do I put that? Um, yeah, okay. Limit is, let's say, $2,000. So let's say the monthly limit, the monthly feeding limit, right? Okay, let's just assume you're on a budget, and then your monthly feeding budget is $2,000, right? And or should I just use Naira? I feel like maybe from next class we use Naira. So your monthly feeding limit is 2,000, and then we have January 2005, February, and March, April, right? So we want to have conditions if the feeding expense for any month is above the feeding limit, which is $2,000. Let me put this here, right? If the feeding limit, sorry, I just want to, guys. So I'm just trying to explain the if. So when you have if, we have if are conditional statements. So if is so and so condition. Counts if is counts if there is a criteria. So when you're talking of if conditional statements where there is a criteria for something and all that, if statements and all that. So we're going to like look into them, right? So back to the if the feeding limit for any month is exceeded, put a value, right? True or false. Let's work with true or false today. So I'm gonna call this check. right? Yeah. Okay. So I hope you're still with me. So check. So equal to if. I'm sure you all should see if the if function on your screen, on your Excel sheet. If, right? So let us know the months that the targets, the feeding limits were exceeded and when they were intact, right? So once you enter your if and brackets, you see the map, what I said I would like to call the map. You see logical tests, value if true, and value if false. Let me see how I can break this down. Okay. If I continue, one way you can also enter formulas, which I hardly ever use anyway, but people use it, is to come to the, okay, this is called the formula bar, right? Because when you enter your formulas, you see them all here. So formula bar. Beside the formula bar, you see an FX, right? So if you click on the FX symbol, it will bring a, what do they call this kind of thing? Will it pop up or a dialog box, yeah, where you can also enter your your formulas like manually. I mean, some people use it and it works for some people. It I just never see the need to, but you could explore it and it could work for you. So back to the check. So I go if January, if okay, so the first option rather is the first in the map, logical test. So you have logical test, then you have value if true and value if false. Let me just like type it out so that we see it. So I get to explain. Logical tests, value if true, right, and value if false. Oops. Okay, so this is the if statement. So, like I said, the if statement is a conditional statement, like conditional based on conditions, right? So, logical test is the first on your, like, you'll see this list on your formula stuff. If logical test, value if true, value if false. Now, the logical test, what the logical test means is what is the logic behind what you're finding? What is the exactly what is the condition you're setting? Okay. So for us now, we want to know the months we exceeded our feeding limit. That's the $20,000. So for, we'll start with, so we'll go to the month. So we want to have it organized on this column. So for each month, equal to if logical test is if the feeding expense, that's this colon effort, F11, that's for me. I don't know where yours is, right? So if January's feeding expense, that's for me, F11, is greater than, so the greater than icon is here on my keyboard, right? The arrow facing to the right, greater than, that's what we We remember greater than and less than, right? Oops. So if generous expense is greater than the monthly spending limit, that's F8 for me, I put a comma. If you notice, comma is like the delimiter, the separator. When you put a comma, it highlights where you are at every point. That's the map tells you what you're supposed to enter. So if generous spending limit is greater than the monthly limit, right? Value if true, I want to put bad. So I put it in quotes. Remember, if you're putting words, if you're putting text in formulas or in a function, you have to put them in quotes, else an error will return. So the value if true is bad. The value if false is good. You click on enter. Maybe I should explain it here. How do I write this out? So the if statement. So the logical test is feeding. If feeding is greater than the if feeding is greater than the feeding limit. Sorry, I'm just writing this for short. The value if true is bad, and the value if false is good. So follow me. The logical test is if the monthly feeding expense, if I spend more than, if the monthly feeding expense is greater than the limit, so if I spend more than $2,000, then the value if true, if it is true, put bad, then the value if false is good. So if it is true, it means I spent more than my monthly limit, so that is bad. And if it is false, it means that I spent less than my monthly limit, or I spent equal to my monthly limit. I did not overshoot the limit, so that is good, right? So that explains whatever we are putting in this. So the if statement, the if function calculates conditions, right? So for this one, it is bad, right? So let us see for February. Now, equal to if this guy is greater than this, then value if true, bad. Value if not true, good. I close my bracket. Here we see that I spent $3,000 on feeding in the month of February, which is above the $2,000 budget, so that is bad, right? So let's see what happens for the $2,000 and then this. So equal to if this is greater than this, right, sorry, the value if true, bad, the value if false, good, brackets close. Okay, so let me hear from you guys. Any challenges? Have you tried it out? If it's working for you, if you've been able to do this, let me know. If you're having challenges, let me know. We are behind time. So for formulas and functions, we're going
For
to
formulas and functions, we're going to
most likely spend
most likely
two more
spend
classes on them,
two more classes
and
on
then
them,
it's going to be
and then
progressive.
it's going to be progressive.
But let me hear from you right now. We have to close by
Close
10 latest.
by 10 latest.
It's not working here
Okay.
Okay.
for our if.
Hey, it works for you, Inka.
Especially
Hey, it works
That's
for
so
you.
nice.
That's so nice.
this is where I'm having problem with
Okay.
the where the part whereby I need to put the column, the comma sign. These are those parts that have been having issue.
The colon.
Hold on.
Yes.
Okay. I
Okay.
hear it's getting
I hear
tough.
it's getting tough.
Okay. So the
Okay.
colon, there
So the
is no
colon, there
colon in
is
my
no colon
formula.
in my formula.
Are you talking of
Are you
if?
talking of if?
That if, then in quote rather quote.
Okay, the quotes.
Okay, the
Okay.
quotes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
So
you don't know when to put the
you don't know when
quotes?
to put the quotes.
I'm
Or
putting the quote, but it's not giving result. Okay,
okay.
probably we should just work it out together.
Okay, yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah,
So
exactly. So
tell us what you're doing.
tell us what you're
Tell me
doing.
your step. Read your
Okay,
Tell me
formula
yourself.
out. Let
Read
me
your
see.
formula out. Let me see.
if
Okay.
um
You
Okay.
started with an equal to,
You
right?
started with an equal to, right?
yes, I started with an equal to. I
Okay.
selected if,
Okay.
Okay.
then
Okay.
I'm choosing here column I11. At my own end here, I'm having no sorry
Okay.
please column I10.
Okay.
Okay.
Column column I10 is greater than column okay column I10 is greater than column I7.
I think these are clear
Okay.
clear things.
Okay.
Yes.
Continue.
Okay.
Did you put a comma
Then
after that?
The comma after that.
so after that, then I'll now put a comma
Mm-hmm.
before writing, putting the quote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's bad
Yeah.
quote, then comma,
No. So
quote
you put
again.
No. So you put.
okay. I hope it's a double quote you're
I hope
using
it's a
though,
double
not
quote
a
you're
single
using
quote.
though. Not
Yeah,
a single quote.
yes, it's a double quote.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Then after that bad, then comma again. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then before I now put a quote to put
Good.
Good.
quote good close bracket quote.
Okay. And are you getting an
Then
error?
after that, yes, I've closed the
The
good.
bracket.
Brackets.
Yes, I'm
And it's giving me
coming.
an error.
And so
Yes, I'm seeing my error now.
You've seen your error.
you see your error.
For the okay, no, I've corrected it. There is a particular part where I'm using one single quote, so
Okay.
I've changed it to two.
Okay.
Then after that,
Okay.
will I put brackets
Yeah. So at the end of everything,
after
you put a
good?
So at the end
bracket.
of everything, you put the brackets.
Okay, after good, after putting the quote, putting that
Quotes
double
after
quote
good.
behind good,
Yeah.
After
You
good,
put
yeah, you put
then I put brackets.
yes.
yes.
Sorry, believe I'm
Wow.
coming
Sorry,
for you.
believe
Is it working?
is it working?
Oh, okay.
It's not working. No.
It's not
So you
working.
need to
No.
be sure.
So
Okay.
you need to be sure.
The
Okay.
double quote you're
The
putting.
double
Please,
quotes you're putting.
I think there's
Please,
an echo.
I think there's
So
an
I'll just
echo.
mute
So
you
I'll
while
just
I speak.
mute
Then you
you.
unmute. You unmute when
Kind of
you want to
overlap. I
respond.
think
Believe I'm
it's
coming
okay.
for you shortly. Let me just finish with him. Okay. So Shell, the double quote is not quote two times. So it's not single quote two times. It is double quote. So you're gonna do shift let me show you this. You're gonna do shifts and then double quotes. Um, you're not putting quotes two times, right? You're doing shifts and using double quotes actually on your keyboard. So try that out and maybe on the oh, it's working for Victor. Ah, that means it has to work for everybody, man. Okay, so Billy, please let me hear you.
So we are fine. So actually, the sound from
So,
Victor's
sorry, I can hardly hear you.
PlayStation, the background sound.
The background sound from Victor's PlayStation was disturbing me. I couldn't hear what he was even saying. But I think
Oh,
we're
that's
fine
from
now.
Sheryl, you mean? Okay,
Been a
sorry about.
It's
Okay,
fine now, it's fine.
okay, sorry about that. Okay, so any other questions? Kende, you said you feel you. I think there was the if statement in um Office 2007, but then I did not know Excel then when there was 2007.
I
So,
got it right.
oh, great, Sean. So one thing you need to do, Kende, is that tomorrow before Sunday class, you need to go upgrade your Excel. Right? Tell them to put either 2016 upwards for you. If they can put 365 great or 2021 and yeah, so we really need to work with the higher versions of Excel to be able to like effectively follow and do stuff. Yeah. Okay, please can I have other questions? Like I need to answer these questions in less than 2 minutes. Because 10 o'clock we are out of here. No questions. No questions means everybody understood it. By tomorrow morning, you're getting your assessments, and then you need to like hand them in before the day runs out. So, Atsu, I'm assuming everybody understood everything from formulas down to if statements, right? So from Sunday, we would continue from if statements. We'll look at it again, more in depth, and then we'll go to count ifs, and then VLOOKUPs and all. Yeah, but before we go, we have to do a quick assessment, right? Some logical reasoning. So there was the tax two. Go to the sheets um, on your worksheet. Tax two. Let's put our formulas to test. A quick one, right? So we have okay. Chibuzo says it's not working for him yet, but he'll practice and yeah, great. Yeah. So whatever you don't understand, you're gonna practice and then it's just gonna work for you, okay? But so this is something I want us to together. I put this quickly. We can just do it sharp and go. Right? So we have in a gym, this is the gym, a gym demo data. Yeah, so we have 20 men, we have um 10 ladies. So what is the total for using operators? What is the total? Okay, Victor, we'll look at the text joint together, maybe one-on-one, or maybe we revisit on Saturday, all right, on Sunday rather, by 7 p.m. Then we come. Yeah, but you could practice it, check it out, maybe even Google check, search on YouTube. But then you could also message me privately. We'll look at it together. Okay, so total. This is a gym demo. This is like real life data. So we want to get some info for business. Oh, okay. Taiwo, awesome, thank you. So the total is equal to, so we're doing this ourselves, equal to this. We're using formulas now, or whatever you're using, right? So let's use sum. I mean, why do we have, sum 30. So what's the difference? The difference is equal to, there's no function for difference, so the difference is equal to this minus this. So 10 is the difference. So we have data towels per member, 3 towels. So if if each member gets 3 towels, how many towels do we need? Who can give me the answer? How many towels do we need? If there are 30 members and then we have 3 towels per member, how many towels are we going to need? How do we get 90? Someone can unmute. Or 3 times 30. Okay, so I guess that is the total number of people times number of towels per member. That is 90. Beautiful. Then we have number of instructors per members. So 5 instructors per member. That means how many instructors do we need?
Five by 30.
Equal to what?
5 by 30. 5 by
5
30.
by 30. That's the total number. That's the number of instructors times the number of people, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
5 by 30. Yes. So, as simple as this may seem, we have just been able to help this gym plan for their supplies, right? So they know that they need to get 90 towels and 150 instructors. I wonder how they plan to use 5 instructors for 30. But then it's their business plan, right? But it is what it is. Thank you all for your time. Practice, practice, practice. You don't learn everything here, but as you practice, it consolidates. And you really need to catch up on what we've done so far. We'll continue on Sunday and just have at the back of your mind that we're going to be progressively making things tougher and all. I hope you've learned something today and tonight and all that. Have a good night rest and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.
Thank you very much and God bless.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Sure, sure, sure. All right.